guys, Courtney here. I am going to take you through a very short, like 20 to 30 minute gentle yoga practice. And it's one that you can do in your own home. If you don't have any yoga props, no worries. I'm going to show you some options that you have. You'll also see my lovely assistant Milo probably running back and forth, probably also laying on my yoga mat. But anyway, for my mamas out there, if you don't have a yoga block, you can always use a wipe dispenser as a yoga prop to assist you in your practice. For my friends out there, if you don't have that, you can use a sturdy book, like I have a dictionary here, to use to help support you within your practice. If you don't have a bolster, which for most people we don't have a bolster, and for those of you who don't know what a bolster is, just a fancy term for a pillow. You can use a basic pillow that you might have in your living room or maybe out in your sunroom. And for a yoga strap, you can use a towel. So a bath towel, this is like a sink towel. So anyway, you have all these different things that you can use. So there's no reason why you can't enjoy a nice yoga practice inside your home. So here we go. I want you to take just a nice relaxed seated position. If easy pose isn't accessible or just doesn't feel good for you today, you can always take your legs out in front as well. You can always elevate your body by sitting on top of a pillow. Again, this is your practice. I want you to do what works and feels best for you. So when the time feels right, find a comfortable seated position on your mat. Go ahead and close your eyes. And we begin to build length in the spine. So we sit up nice and high, easing the shoulders away from our ears, starting to soften the muscles of the face, the neck, and the jaw. Continue to settle and relax the rest of your body. Relax your arms, your fingers. Start to ease into your mat. Settle the muscles of the legs and the hips, your feet, your toes. And we come back to our breathing, drawing in through the nose, exhaling out through the nose. And I want you to take a moment to explore your intention for your yoga practice today. Whether you're new to yoga, if you're a seasoned practitioner, it's a great thing to do. Finding our intention and using it as a guide that keeps us present and on track. So just take a few moments, explore your intent. And as we come back to our breath, let us begin to lift and roll the shoulders up, back, and down. As we breathe in, we lift and roll the shoulders. As we breathe out, we draw them down into the back. Let's do that one or two more times as we breathe in and as we breathe out. Start to take the shoulders to the opposite direction, lifting them up to the front and down. Breathing in fully. Breathing out fully. Doing that one more time. And if at any point you need to adjust yourself, you can. Let's find our hands and bring them down towards the mat. Again, still lifting high through the spine as we ground and root through the sit bones. On your next in-breath, start to sweep the arms all the way up and overhead. Lifting as high as we can, exhale, travel the hands down the midline, connecting them right to your heart center, finding love and gratitude for your practice and for showing up today. Breathing in, sending the arms straight back up again. And as we breathe out, bring your hands down into the back, interlacing your fingers, the knuckles come down, the heart opens as we soften through the shoulders. Doing that one more time, full breath, inhale, arms come all the way up. And as we breathe out, hands come right back to heart center. Very nice. So let's take this time, gently open the eyes, bringing in the colors of your room that you're in right transition and flow to our tabletop position. So we take the hands and bring them underneath of the shoulders, knees go underneath of the hips. So here's a place where if you find that you have any wrist mobility issues or any knee issues, you can always roll the mat in or take a towel or anything and place it underneath the joint. So as we take it, hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, we're going to move and flow into cat and cow. So on your next exhale, begin to draw the chin towards the chest, rounding your back. And as we inhale, begin to scoop and roll through, dropping the belly, lifting the head. Nice, do that again. Big exhale, chin to chest, rounding back. Big in-breath, scoop and roll through. Now within your yoga practice, it's all about connecting movement to breath. So that's what you do right now. With each breath, there's an associated movement. Inhale. Very nice. Now let's come back to neutral spine. So what I mean by that is just the natural spine transitioning into somewhat of a flat back. Spreading the fingers out, shifting your weight back just a little bit, we come into extended child's pose. Now if extended child's pose with the knees together is too much, feel free to transition and take the knees a little bit wider to create some space for your body. As we come down, we allow the head to come down and we relax. Taking a few deep breaths as you breathe in and as you breathe out. Coming back to your intent for your practice today. And from here, we start to kind of shift your weight from one side to the next as you breathe in. And as we allow the breath to flow out of our body. Creating a little bit of movement in the shoulders. On your next in-breath, we flow forward to a modified plank position. So the knees go a little bit farther to the back, past the hip line. Shifting the weight forward, we come into a little mini chaturanga, elbows brush against the side, and then we scoop and lift straight back up, sending the weight back down, extended child's pose. Let's do that a few more times. Inhale, flowing forward, exhale, dropping down, bending the elbows. The elbows just stay past the ribs. We come right back. Doing that one more time. Inhale, flowing forward. Exhale, coming down the entire time. We're bracing. Very good. And let's come back here. Hopefully creating a little bit of heat for our arms and our shoulders. We want you to go ahead and take the left arm and thread through. We take the left arm and thread through to the right side to thread the needle. We just allow the body weight to kind of help do the work here. Not applying a lot of pressure, but just enough to get a nice stretch. And on your next out breath, go ahead and release the arm and allow your fingertips to spread. Really splaying the fingers, feel the mat underneath of you. Coming into that little mini chaturanga series again. On your next in-breath, we flow forward, modified plank, out breath, we come down. In-breath, out breath, come back. Doing that a few more times. And remember, your practice is your own. So you move at your own pace. You listen to your body and what your body needs and how it feels today. Let's do that one more time. And come back into your extended child's pose. We hold here, allowing the fingers to spread as we press the palms into the mat, taking the knees slightly wider should you need it. Let's take the right arm, threading through to the left side for thread the needle pose. Just working and adding that gentle stretch to the shoulder. Very nice. Let's take the hand to the front, spreading the fingers as we press the palms into the mat. Tuck your toes and lift your hips high for downward facing dog. Now with your downward facing dog, your feet are about hip distance apart. Your hands are about shoulder distance apart. We just actively start to create a little bit of movement for the legs, bending one knee and then the other. You can also kind of take your hips from side to side if that feels better. Your movement is your own. What your body needs is what your body needs. So you take it. Take one more big breath here in your downward facing dog. And we gradually just take our time, walking your feet in towards your hands, or maybe your hands back towards your feet. It's whatever is most accessible for you today. Now let's release the tension in the head and the neck. So a lot of times we want to look forward and down at the floor. We want to release any tension in the cervical spine. So just allow the body to just soften. Bend the knees, relax, be still. And on your next inhale, let's sweep the arms coming all the way up, reaching as high as we can. Big full breath in. Big full breath out. Exhale, release, dropping right back down. Forward fold. Finding that half lift, flat back extend, soften through the shoulders. Exhale, release, coming right back down. Try that one more time. Big inhale. We sweep and lift the arms as high as we can. Very nice. Exhale, dropping into your forward fold, release. Lifting for half lift, flat back. And here's a place where you can incorporate your makeshift blocks here, right? So we have a dictionary. We also have some baby wipes, should you want. You also don't have to use this at all. Bend the knees, take a big inhale, come all the way up. Palms come up, side body stretch. So let's get a little bit of side flexion in the spine. We'll go over to the right side first. Really opening up through that left shoulder. Breathe in, breathe out. Come into your fold, dropping all the way down. Very nice. Now allowing the feet to come together. Dropping your butt low, sending the arms high, breathing in. Now there's a few options that you have. Should the narrow stance, so feet together, feel a little bit off to you today, you can always take your feet slightly wider than your hips to make room for your body and how it feels. So your narrow stance or wide stance, completely up to you. Same thing with the arms. If you find that your chest is falling forward, your arms come forward, just bring your hands into heart center. We focus on bracing and finding that support for low back. Now let's find one more big breath and lift the arms high. Side body stretch, this time to the left side. So we open up through the right side body, we breathe. Very nice, in breath. Coming right back in, dropping into your forward fold. Finding that half lift, flat back extends. Exhale, hands come down, stepping back, plank position. Taking your time here. So with your hands under your shoulders, your feet are about hip distance apart. Your choice, so exercise selection is yours. You can take the knees down or keep the knees off the mat. Dropping into chaturanga. So elbows glue in towards the ribs. We scoop and lift. Your option, baby cobra. So legs stay on the floor. You can lift your fingertips. Full cobra as your heart shines forward. Soft bending the elbows, hands still underneath the shoulders. Or upward facing dog all the way through. Tuck your toes, come back. Downward facing dog. Nice, so let's do that one more time. Full inhale, rolling forward. High plank position. Feet about hip distance, hands about shoulder distance. Dropping in chaturanga. Scoop to lift, upward facing. Cobra or baby cobra. Tuck your toes, come back. Downward facing dog. Start to shift your weight here, one side to the next. Let's take our time. Walk your feet in towards your hands, so your hands back towards your feet. And we just come up nice and slow, rolling the shoulders up, back, and down. All right, so feel free to always grab a drink of water whenever you need. We're gonna flow into some warrior series, and I wanna start from a standing position today instead of transitioning from maybe a position where we're on our hands. So we'll start with the right foot. And from here, I want you to take the left leg and come back into your warrior one stance. So here's the deal with warrior one. You want shoulders over top of your hips. You want hip, knee, ankle, and toe, everything in line, level, strong. And we start to work and find our depth. Your back foot around 45 to 60 degrees. So it's a matter of what feels right for you. Take a big inhale. We come into our warrior one. So it's a nice strong brace, strong lifted hands and fingertips. Option, hands come into heart center. So easing the shoulders away, dropping low. Now as we find that next breath, I want you to straighten the front leg and we just hold here and then exhale, come back down. So I want you to reach the arms high. Very nice. Big full breath in, big exhale. We straighten, bring the hands to heart center. And then we inhale, lifting the arms right back up. Let's try that one more time. So we come in, and we come up. Beautiful. Trying this as we straighten the front leg, we work into our pyramid pose. We begin to hinge forward. Your choice, hand to thigh, to lower leg, ankle, or your makeshift blocks here. So remembering your book or your diaper dispenser, relaxing the shoulders. So we will maintain level hips, right? We continue to breathe, allowing your eyesight just to stay level with the floor. A lot of times you want to look forward, check out what's going on, maintain strong level position in the spine. Very nice. So let's come right back into our warrior one stance, releasing whatever prop you may be using. Big inhale. And as we exhale, let's bring the hands right back in. We're gonna release that back heel and step forward and shake out the legs. All right, so let's go to the other side. Left foot comes down, right foot steps back. Shoulders over top of the hips, strong brace in, back foot anchored 45 to 60 degrees, lifted, full breath in. So as we lift high, we soften. And it's always a good time to come back to your intention that you set for your practice today. Lots of stuff going on. So it's always a good reminder to just come back to the intent. Beautiful. So as we breathe in, prepare, breathe out, hands come into heart center, and we straighten the front leg. Lifting the arms right back up, we lift and breathe. Loading the front leg. Hands coming in, so we straighten the front leg. Hands going up, full breath in. Let's do that 2 more times, going at your own pace. And last time here. Beautiful. So we reach as high as we can. And it's always a good time to check the alignment. So if you find that your knee is coming in, make sure that you allow the knee to just track with the first 2 to 3 toes. And begin to straighten the leg. Start to tip and hinge forward, hand resting on the thigh, the lower leg, the ankle, or your prep. As we just ease into the stretch, we breathe. Finding our awareness and being present within our moment. Holding here for just 1 more breath cycle and begin to bend that front knee, releasing your prop, sweeping the arms all the way up. Inhale back to your warrior one. Relax. Hands come into heart center. Release your back heel, stepping forward and shaking out the legs. Nice job. All right, so at this point you may feel a little bit warm. I definitely feel warm because I'm in my sunroom and it is hot in here. But we're gonna flow into our balancing sequence, our balancing series. Your choice is to stay on your mat. If you have a thicker mat or if you're on carpet, sometimes that surface may be a little bit uneven. So feel free to always step off onto a harder surface so you can work more balance. Okay, staying with our traditional tree pose today, we will stay on our right foot and take our left foot and bring it either to the ankle. So we make sure we maintain and pull the weight out of the hip on the right side. You can go a little bit higher than the ankle, but below the knee on the calf, or above the knee onto the thigh, right? Wherever it feels good for you. But the main thing is making sure that we're not pushing out into the hip. We pull up and out. We're still bracing in. We're not pushing the left leg into the thigh. So take what works, ankle, calf, or above the knee onto the thigh. Hands coming into heart center. So breathe and lift. Feel free to stay here. Start to work your hands up. And I find it helpful sometimes just to stare at something on the floor, not looking straight down, but just like where my eyesight naturally falls. This is something to just kind of focus on. And if you're feeling like moving your arms, you want to move your branches today up, you can. It's definitely going to give you more of a challenge, more of a proprioceptive challenge. So we continue to lift, continue to brace. Holding here for one more breath cycle. Then we return the hands back to heart center and shake out the legs. All right, so the other side. One foot comes down, so now it's the left foot, the right foot to the ankle, the calf below the knee, or above the knee on the thigh. Breathing in. Your choice. So pull the weight out of the hip. Try not to push the foot into the thigh. We brace. We find our focal point. So we relax and settle. Now if the timing feels right for you, and you want to try to lift the arms, go for it. So we breathe in, back to our intention, coming back to our breath. Very nice. Staying here for about 1 to 2 more breath cycles. And by breath cycle, I mean 1 inhale, 1 exhale. That counts as 1, right? So you could do that 2 times. Then we start to bring our hands down to heart center, releasing the foot, releasing the legs. Very nice. All right, so start to roll the shoulders up, back, and down. We transition ourselves down onto the floor, coming into some hip openers. So as we bring the weight down, feel free to always grab a drink of water too. We're going to come into a wide leg stance. So taking the feet out nice and wide, flexing through the feet. Create room for your body. So if you find that you are sitting on an abundance of anything or just working with a little extra, you always just lift and release, find and ground through your sit bones. So as we continue to lift and brace, take a big inhale in, and we start to work from the hinge coming forward. So again, with your props, you can always utilize your prop by hinging forward, right? You have different levels on your prop. You just kind of have to play around with it. Same thing with a pillow, right? So I want you just to stay here. Activate the feet, breathing in, breathing out. We just hinge. Just find that softness in the muscles of the face, the neck, and the jaw. Stay here for about 1 to 2 more breaths. Breathing in, breathing out. Relax the shoulders. Very nice. Take 1 more big full breath and start to walk your hands in. Very nice. Little soft bend in the knees to release. Taking your feet to the front of the mat. Very nice. Flexing through the feet. Take a big inhale and allow the legs to just kind of cross over. Beautiful. Again, you can always sit on top of your bolster should you want. Let's lift up nice and high, finding that brace, easy seated pose, working some twists here. So as we lift, let's take the right hand and bring it over to the left leg, sitting up nice and tall and adding a twist. Now from your twist, we're turning from the navel. We continue to work the twist as we lift through the spine and take a look over your back shoulder. And with some twists, I typically like to do some rotations as well. So as we breathe in, I prepare for movement. And as we exhale, we do a few rotations, just dropping the body over the legs. So as we compress or bring the body closer together, we exhale. And as we lift up, we inhale. Let's do that 1 more time. Very nice. Lifting up. Let's go to the other side, but first, reset the feet. So if you had 1 foot that was in front of the other, you just switch now so the opposite foot is in front. Sitting up tall, add the twist. Taking a look over the back shoulder again, lifting as high up through the spine as we can, twisting from the navel, and then finishing out the twist by looking over the back shoulder. Into our rotation. Let's breathe in, breathe out, start to sweep, dropping the body, and then lifting. You got it. So it's a big inhale, big exhale. Let's do it a few more times. And let's come in all the way up, finding that full breath. Drawing in the side body stretch. Right hand comes down, coming all the way up as we reach that left arm across. As we open here, soft bend in the bottom arm. We reach across with the top. Let's switch the other side. Inhale, switch, coming all the way over. We open up through that top arm. Yes, coming all the way up. Beautiful. Last thing, so I want you to bring your feet forward, taking your hands all the way up. Now we come all the way down. And as we drop down, I want you to take your feet flat to the floor. We haven't been working too many back bends. I want you to focus on this. So for your bridge pose, and I'll turn to the side. As your feet are flat and your heels are in line with your hips, you're going to squeeze your butt and lift the hips high. So at no point is there any pressure on the neck, right? So the weight is evenly placed through the shoulders. We squeeze the butt and lift the thighs as high as we can up towards the ceiling. Strong brace here. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Holding for just a few more moments. And take your time as you come all the way down. Hugging your knees in towards your chest, rocking side to side. Very good. And as we stay on our mat, if you have a blanket or a towel or a strap, using them as a thin one, we take let's start with our right foot. Take your strap, place on the foot here. You can extend the leg out or just keep the knee bent. Really press through the heel and just use your arm to help guide the leg back. Very nice. Bending the knee, kind of release the strap or your towel. We switch to the other side. Press the heel up. Now your choice to slide the leg out or keep the knee bent. Really press through the heel, draw the leg back, find that stretch. Bending the knee, go ahead and release here. Let's go ahead and hug the knees in so kind of rock side to side. You can even rock forward and back. Taking the legs all the way out in front, arms coming all the way back behind. And we take a few moments here and relax. Exploring your breath, coming back to your intention. And I want you guys to be proud of the work that you've done today. Just showing up on your mat, letting go of judgment, letting go of worry. And as we lay here for the next few moments, they work on counting the breath. So as you breathe in, count to 4. As you breathe out, count to 8. Or maybe say a mantra or a prayer, something that sits with you, something that means something to you in your practice. But whatever it is, let it be something that will help keep you grounded, that will help keep you centered. And we'll do that for 1 to 5 more breath cycles as you breathe in and as you breathe out. Then we actively begin to just shift our weight from side to side. Wiggle your toes, create movement in your legs, your arms, your fingers. You grab one knee and then the other, bring them in towards the chest, rocking side by side. And whatever side calls to you, start to just lay over on one side, finding just a comfortable position. Holding here for a moment, and then use your hands, begin to lift and guide yourself all the way back up. Exploring easy seated pose. Taking this time, bringing your hands to your heart center, we breathe in. And I want you to find just a moment, one more moment, and honor yourself. Honor the time that it took to show up on your mat today for you. Letting go of judgment, finding only value in ourselves and the people who support us in this journey every single day. And I thank you all so much for joining me today. Namaste. And if you guys like that, please definitely subscribe to this channel. So value your support. We went over a lot of different things today. So a yoga practice within your own home. You don't have to have props to practice yoga. You can use a pillow. You can use a book for a block. You can use a towel for a strap. Heck, I even broke out the baby wipes. So there are a lot of different things that you can do. Your practice is your own. There's no right or wrong way to do yoga. Just move. Anyway, thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful day.